How do you think? How do you think the group sort of processed the loss? I know you've been in these situations, right? So how do you think it sort of resonated with the team?
Yeah, I mean, in the moment it's frustrating, right? You have control over the game the whole way through. I thought we played really well actually, and then obviously let it slip away there. So in the moment, really frustrating. The nice thing about playoff hockey is you can get right back at it, and you gotta be able to temper emotions and temper the roller coaster. And we've had experience with losing game ones and being able to come back. So I think we're excited about the opportunity tomorrow.
Zach, they talk about in the playoffs how sometimes the top two lines cancel each other out. It all depends on the bottom six. How did you find the space out there last night? They didn't seem to give you guys a lot in the top line.
Yeah, listen, they're a good team. They got good players over there. If you look at the way that we've played in the regular season against these guys, it's been tight games. We played them to a 7-game series last year. They're a good team. It's going to be tight. There are little moments in the games that define the game, right? And it doesn't matter if it's top line, if it's the top six or bottom six, whoever's doing it. We're all pulling on the same rope, so it's we put the game one behind us and we move on to the next one.
Can you take anything you learned from previous game one losses into Wednesday, or is it you guys look at it as a completely new slate?
You got to win game two. That's it. You just take one game at a time, and every series is a new series. And like I said, I like the way we played in game one. Obviously, we didn't get the outcome we wanted, but there's a lot to build off and to build confidence off of.
Can you describe the change in intensity from game 82 of the regular season to a game one? What happens out there?
It's a new season. It really is. It's a new game. It's a simpler game. Hockey's a game full of mistakes, and in the playoffs you try to minimize those. And power plays are extremely important. Penalty kills are extremely important, just because everything's so tight out there. And game one of the first round is probably the we haven't made the cup finals, but game one of round one is always one of those where everybody's amped up, all the nerves are at their highest, and after that you kind of settle into series.
Can you see the actual intensity change in players' eyes on your own team and opposing players?
Yeah, I think you could see it on the ice, right? I think it's pretty apparent when it's playoff hockey. It's unlike any other sport, I think, where the game just changes so much from 3 days or whatever it was, right, for regular season and playoffs. So it's exciting.
For the most part, the penalties were all stick infractions. Is that easier to clean up, or?
Yeah, easy to clean up. They were, a lot of them were far away from our net. So, you don't mind taking penalties when it's to prevent a goal, but a lot of those were not. So we'll clean those up.
How do you? I have a broad question about your line, but on the whole, how do you think your line made out last night? How do you evaluate your play as a trio?
Yeah, I think obviously we didn't score at 5-on-5, so you're not going to score every game in hockey. That's the nature of the sport. But I thought we got on the forecheck. I thought we had a lot of looks at the net, and we held on to the puck, and we just got to keep building off of it.
You're not in the emotions business in here. You guys are probably pretty cool to this, but you're in a city that's very emotional, and people are, you lose the first game, and oh man, that's a big thing. Is this a time for Oilers players to not be emotional, to maybe stay away from family and friends a little bit?
Yeah, I guess that's when you kind of we have experience, right? You have experience of being in a series, and you know that it's a long series, and it's a roller coaster of emotions, and you got to get off the roller coaster on days like this in between, and look at things rationally and evaluate the game and what you need to do to make the next one better, and then vice versa. When you win a game, you got to get off the roller coaster as well and reevaluate. So yeah, a lot of adjustments obviously, but it's good.
Zach, based on game one, obviously, do you get the sense of the impact that guys like Kane and Costin and their physical play and maybe a little bit of offense could kind of have in the series?
Yeah, I think physicality is extremely important in the playoffs. You're playing against the same team over and over again, so whatever toll you kind of exact on them in that game, you're reaping the rewards for the future game. So it's an investment, and you know, nobody's going out there trying to hurt the other team, but it's hockey, it's physical, you're hitting, and yeah, you gotta make sure that you know, when you hit somebody, you take them out of the play, obviously, so they can't come up rushing up the other way, right? So it's an important part of the game.